Hello, it's D&D here. Yeah, the man himself behind the YouTube. So I wanted to talk a little bit about YouTube in general and what I'm doing, and how long it's been in the current state. So it's one of those videos. I don't make these very often. I think the last one I made was, what, 2 years ago, I want to say. But just wanted to get my thoughts out there on certain subjects, being a certain kind of YouTuber that I know a few other people like me in the same boat, and just wanted to talk about how I feel about the subjects going on with YouTube right now, and in general. First thing is that as an old YouTuber, I feel in this weird niche where this new YouTube policy affects me because I've had monetization for a long time. It's not like I made anything though, because my channel has never taken off. I don't know why. I'm assuming it's because I'm not very consistent. I don't make the same thing twice, usually. That's kind of tough for me. Um, yeah, I mean, it's disappointing too. It's pretty disappointing to understand and wrap my head around that, but I'm okay, I'm not a pussy about it. I get it. Like, that's just how life is sometimes. You make stuff and not everybody appreciates it. But that's okay with me because I know I make stuff for a niche audience, and I'm okay with that. I got over this wall a long time ago. I had to get over this wall because I knew that I'd have to climb it in order to make any more YouTube videos. Anyway, I have been a YouTuber since 2007. That was 11 years ago. That's how old this channel is. 2007. I remember making it shortly after I got into Red Orchestra Ostfront, and I remember being on Google Video for a little bit, and I was like, there's this new website called YouTube, and I was like, it looks pretty cool. So I made my first machinima, it wasn't my first machinima ever, but it was the one that I was proud enough to put online. It's still pretty good. I watched it the other day. Invasion 44 sample. It's just this video where in Operation Flashpoint where this half track gets blown up. And it's still actually one of my most popular videos. And that was back when that people still considered Operation Flashpoint a game to talk about. So, and then Arma came shortly after that, and I made videos here and there. I used to use Windows Movie Maker back then. I had to upload In the Red, which was my second big machinima, in 5 different parts. I remember that being a thing where I could only upload to certain points, and then I took breaks. I had high school and college to go through, and the last thing I think I made in high school was Leave It to the Pros, which I love. Rogue Spear Machinima. And then I went to, now that I look at it, there's several other things. In college I made the Heavy Fails. That was the first thing I made in college, and I revisited my channel after not being around it for a really long time because I wanted to. I was like, I want to make YouTube videos again. I went through these several phases of this. Probably another reason why my YouTube channel didn't grow in subscribers or community or whatever. I'm not bitching though. That's okay. I've accepted this fact. And then another long hiatus fell about for a while. I made that MXGP Let's Play, and I don't really like making Let's Plays because I feel like there's only so much I can say about video games, that people can't just play them themselves. I've always been that kind of person where I'd rather play the game than hear about it, but I digress. So then I refocused it. When I was about to leave college, I refocused on my YouTube channel. I started uploading again, just because I wanted to. I had so many ideas and projects, and I had fun making those Let's Plays, like the chivalry ones and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm starting with the history. I don't know why. I guess I've been doing this for a long time, inconsistently, and I guess I've never talked about it personally. So this is probably the first time I've ever done this. Anyway, then at the end of college, I made those ride videos because I love Ride. I love those kinds of video games. I've owned a motorcycle for years and years and years. I've been riding in the street forever, so I feel like I do know a little bit about that subject, as much as the keyboard warriors would like to think otherwise. But that's with everything, right? And then I got out of college, and I actually stuck with it. I was like, I want to make a machinima, and not just one episode that says to be continued or whatever. I wanted to make a real, actual machinima, and so I've been doing it. I've been working on Wasteland. Wasteland is the first actual project on YouTube that I've technically made into a series, and I've actually continued after the first episode. They take forever. They are a lot of work. They involve a lot of people for the pre-production. Production is all me. I do everything. Post-production is all me. I also do everything in post-production, and it takes some time. And I know so many people have told me so many things about how they're like, oh God, OFP's so ugly, and I'm like, I don't care. I love making machinima in it. It's still a wonderful video game, and I still think it's the best tool for the type of story I'm trying to tell, and I will stand by that. So anyway, I am actually almost done with episode 4. Announcement. It is almost done, and it will run till there's going to be 7 episodes total, believe it or not. And they're probably going to be finished much sooner rather than later, because I've been kicking my own ass and getting myself in gear into doing them. So we're hitting the halfway. Well, actually, yes. Let me think about this, because this is episode 4, so there's going to be 5th. Yes. There's going to be 7. Sorry about that. I had to think about that for a bit. Now, onto YouTube. So this is interesting. I thought the golden age of YouTube was way back in 2011, when they were just starting to do the whole copyright thing, and there were so much amazing videos that weren't just Let's Plays, that weren't just vloggers, that weren't just popular, super big popular channels. There was a variety. There was a little bit of everything. And most of my favorite subscriptions come from that generation. Lazy Game Reviews got big then. There's lots of animators, really good animators. Harry Patridge, if I'm even saying that right. Several other people came about that I still. Rush Nerd. There's so many. And that was back when YouTube was awesome. I found so many good videos. I loved browsing YouTube back then. You could find movies. I know. You could find you could full HD movies. I remember watching Under the Skin. Like, I just stumbled upon it, and it was gone within the week, but I was like, hey, I get to watch it. I watched all of Cowboy Bebop. It was flipped, but you could watch the whole thing. They didn't have all those crazy algorithms shutting down your monetization, and all those people that made those Team Fortress 2, those hour-long Team Fortress 2 lip-sync videos and stuff like that, had to do so many things to get their things monetized. And I monetized, but I never really thought about it, because I never made anything on it. So anyway, after that generation, when I came back in 2015, 2016, I was like, the YouTube has already gone downhill, and it will continue to do so. It had its, wonderful period in Rome where everyone was partying and having fun and, enjoying the gifts and fruits of war, where they had won. And now it's like, and then after that, 2011 to 2015 was the party, because the world was falling apart. How Rome fell. Everybody partied and spent like 100-something years just partying. Or I think it was a lot longer than that. I'm getting my history wrong. But yeah, anyway, it's the allegory works, because now we've hit the end. It happens to every website. It happened to Google Video. It happened to MySpace. Oh my God, it happened to YTMD. Shit, I could list a bunch of game trailers. Man, everything changes, everything goes, and then the new, better thing pops up. YouTube is at the end. Whether it likes it or not, I think transforming itself into TV is the wrong way to go. They've always done this though. They've always gone the opposite direction from their strengths. It was ingenious in the first place to start the whole monetization process, but now it's bearing its ugly teeth, which is stupid bullshit TV nonsense that I don't give a fuck about, and I don't think anybody else does either. They don't give a flying fuck about. No one. I don't think anybody I know actually watches the trending videos and gives a shit about them. I mean, it's for like kids, you know, like your Facebook feed. It's full of fucking shit. It's full of spam. Nobody gives a shit about it. You know, it's just trash. It's the dumpster. It's just trash, as Frank Reynolds would say. Trash. And most websites go to this stage. It's like the end. They've already, you know, they've checked out. They're out the door. I could use some more. I could think of some more metaphors. I've been doing too much writing. You know, it happens to every website. I remember the death of YTMD. I loved YTMD. God damn, I love that website. But, you know, GIFs, not GIFs, GIFs. Because if you say GIF, like, fuck you. No. GIFs they're just kind of a thing. They weren't special. They weren't well thought out things, like unique little pages that you could load. The internet's different now. It's like the mini version of YTMD everywhere. Everywhere you go is like the mini version of YTMD, because you don't have to play with HTML or whatever. Now it's just memes, I guess. But I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, YTMD. Everybody knew. It was like, I want to say 20. It's probably actually 2009, 2010 when we all realized as a community that it was going downhill. The website's still up though, which is good. Same goes with I can't. Sorry, pardon me. I have so many thoughts that my brain tries to say two words at the same time. Go full autistic. But YouTube, in my opinion, is at this end where there's going to be several new websites that pop up in the near future. You know, give it a couple years, that do what YouTube used to do a million times better. You know, it'll be like YouTube from 2011, but with tons of modern features and things, and better marketing and merchandising and all that shit. It's gonna be, somebody's gonna have to take up the mantle, because that's just how the internet works. Somebody told me once that they're like, hey, you understand that everything you use now, give or take 10, 20 years, the way technology works, is going to be completely different. And it sounds, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, of course, that's how the world works. But if you actually think about that, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Everything's going to be different, you know? What you use right now, your everyday, what's most important is probably like people's phones, right? You can do everything on your phone. What is it going to be in 100 years? I have no idea. Little sidetrack about technology, but we can circle this back to YouTube, because I loved YouTube when it started. I thought it was great before it was bought by Google, cough, as well. I missed the days where it was just Red Orchestra Ostfront, you know, preview videos and those freaking carpool lip syncs and stuff like that. It was good. And I remember machinima.com. Oh, that's a good one. Machinima.com. I forgot about that. When they used to make Machinima and they used to host Machinima, that used to be a thing. God, there was so much good Sims 2 and so many different games people used to make Machinima. And back then it was about it being art, not bullshit. Which I'm trying to harken back to. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not, but goddamn, I'm trying. I remember seeing a East versus West Operation Flashpoint Machinima, which was a rip of Red versus Blue, but it was still funny. I cannot, for the sake of me, I cannot find East versus West anywhere on the internet anymore. And I wish it was on machinima.com. It's gone. I've looked for it here and there. I'm assuming if I went onto like the Wayback Machine, I'd be able to find it. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I know for a fact that nobody really cares about machinima anymore. There's no money in it. There's no... you can't merchandise it. It's too... I don't know how to call it, but I'm trying to fill in a niche where it's not easy to digest machinima, and that's tough because it's not like you can watch it right once and be like, oh, I get it. You have to watch it a couple of times. And I've that's just how my stuff has always been. I know that, and that's why maybe that's another reason why I haven't had any luck, with my YouTube channel blowing up. Because I know I put a lot of work into it on what I do have, and that's all I can say. That's all I can do. I should probably get back to the point, huh? I'm just going on a tangent about my YouTube channel. And I've heard so many people, I'll get to the point now. I've heard so many people say, well, it's YouTube's right to do this, to pull from creators, to pull from people who have less than 1,000, pull from people that have less than 4,000 watch hours or whatever. It's their right. And I understand that. And people can say that all they want, but that doesn't mean I can't complain about it. Because I am, I feel kind of sad because this is, as I said, the final nail in the coffin for YouTube. I mean, that's the point of these channels. And I know I've seen so many fucking bullshit videos on those clickbait YouTube channels where they're like, well, I only made 2 cents, so it's okay. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Like, oh my god. Get off the stage. Seriously. When people make that argument, oh my god, it makes me so mad. It's like, well, little kid, you know what? I only made 2 cents, but you don't fucking need that 2 cents. Fuck you. Now I make, $400 a video. Yippee. It has no context. And for people to stroke their own dick like that, it pisses me the fuck off. And anyone listening to this who just made a YouTube channel, don't listen to those fucks. Seriously, don't. Just do you, make your stuff, be passionate about it, and understand that not everybody will get it. Not everybody will understand it, and not everyone will appreciate it. And believe me, I know how that feels. But you can't let it get you down. You just have to keep pursuing your end goal, because maybe that's all you can do, And I think it is bullshit. I'm upset. I think that there's tons of YouTubers who are small, like me, and have been small for years, cough 2007, and just haven't found, I guess, the popularity they've wanted, but they continue on anyway. And this is just kind of another slap to the face, to us and to the new guys. I don't care if it's 2 cents. 2 cents is 2 cents, man. When you have no money, 2 cents is 2 cents. God damn. I mean, for example, a good friend of mine, Coalfire, he is a wonderful human being, and he is actually pulling his own goddamn weight on his YouTube channel, and I couldn't be more proud of him. And this cuts him, this whole thing, because the algorithm does favor, YouTube partners. It does favor the spam. And this probably how it's always been for me, but I know my channel has always been buried under because it's DND instead of D with the N, like, the and symbol, D. And it's hard enough to find in the first place, but anyway, for any new YouTuber, they get buried. They get buried by the algorithm, and then you see the number one, stupid fucking spam channel, clickbait bullshit, couple goal, fucking ice bath, whatever the fuck, challenge video. And the quality is all gone. It is. That's okay. I'm probably not the one to talk, but I feel like I can stand up on my own 2 feet and be like, well, you know what? I'm trying at least. I'm trying to build quality in a world that doesn't have much of it at all, you know? And yeah, I just wanted to give a voice to us smaller channels, because it's like, I feel like the poor people in Les Mis, you know? It's like, fuck you, not patriarch, but whatever the fuck, the powers that be. And that includes big YouTube channels who are like, oh, well, it's their decision. They can do whatever they want. It's like, doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm going to complain anyway because I can, and that is my right. You know? I can complain about however the fuck I want. In fact, I hardly ever complain. I've never made a YouTube video where I've complained about something, ever. And this is the first time I've just felt compelled to, because this is probably the biggest change I have seen to the YouTube channel system ever, since 2007. I mean, besides, the usuals, like allowing you to upload bigger videos. God, I remember that day. That was amazing. I was like, I can upload In the Red all in one part. Wow. But I never did that, because I was like, well, you know what, the old one's on there anyway. But I'm not sitting around just trying to justify that. Anyway, to wrap this up, for those of you 100 people that have been with me through the thick and thin of years, and 11 years now of YouTube, I appreciate you. I really do. I don't even know if half of you are still real or not, and if you are, and if you're still watching, if you're still, check out my videos once in a while, I really appreciate it, because no longer am I doing this for I never have, honestly, because I've never made it. I've never done this for the money. I've only done this because I want to make videos, and I want them to be good, and I want people to enjoy them, because that's my favorite thing to do. And yeah, that's it. I appreciate you. I just want to say that. Whoever you 100 people are who still want to watch machinima in a almost 20-year-old game now, thank you for sticking around. And I know I never, this might be a complaint, but I know I never made it big. I still don't know why, and that's okay with me. But I just wanted to get my voice out there for small channels and old small channels alike, like myself. We're in this weird precarious situation, and say, yeah, just speak my mind about this event and this situation that we're in. And yeah, and I'm going to be finishing Wasteland. I guarantee that. So if you do stick around, you will get to see a full arc of, Sue and Donnie's adventure, which I'm really excited to finish. I really am. That project has made me excited and made me happy. It got me through quite a few things, and it's so much freaking work for, just 8 minutes of video, and that's okay. I'm not asking for, begging for money or help. I don't even have a Patreon, I never have. It's whatever. I'm just venting because I haven't, and I appreciate you listening to this, whomever you are. You probably don't even, it's funny because I know this probably won't go to the voices that I'm actually talking about, but that's also fine by me. So anyway, rant's over. Back to YouTube and all that entails. Stay tuned for Wasteland. I also have another Arma 3 machinima I want to make, but it's giant, and I need a lot of help, like voice actor help, and I have no idea where to look. So those of you who watched, please feel free to say, comment, whatever. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and opinions. Only if they agree with me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I mean, It's tough. It's tough. It's tough being an artist or whatever you want to call it now. It's tough because you you go your whole life kind of feeling unappreciated, and that's just the kind of reality that most of us have to accept. That if we make something that isn't digestible on the first glance, then it's impossible to get popular, which is okay. It's okay. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Thank you, subscribers and random viewers alike. This is D&D signing off.